What's up guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about God and making decisions with God and letting God guide you. So this is like when you're in meditation, stillness, in prayer, etc. You can in a sense ask God for guidance and let God guide you, and you can see God everywhere guiding you if you just like pay attention to your environment and pay attention to your intuition a lot. It's a lot of intuitional, like recognize and discern, like being able to discern in a sense when you have to kind of experience this for yourself with God on your journeys. When you're discerning situations and decisions and people and what to do next, you kind of have to pray God for guidance and then wait for an answer and kind of also a little bit listen to your own mind and have some discernment over situations and people and events and things you're encountering during your day to day, and see kind of like what should I do in terms of a situation, like when you're thinking about something, instead of kind of just like quickly making a decision maybe and not thinking about it too much. Sometimes you maybe have to do that, but like usually like there's a lot of willful decisions you can make. No human is of course perfect all the time, but like I think a lot of times we can also have a lot of time to actually do decide things, and a lot of people just decide things very quickly and it might end up in a bad decision. So when you're like going after some decisions like that are important anyway to your life, like really important, it's important to discern like who are you bringing to your life, for example, and like if you're thinking about like approaching certain people or you're trying to engage in certain events or environments, where should you go next and so on. You have to have some intuitional discernment as well, and even if you don't ask God, you should still have that like discernment of what is good and bad for you, honestly. And if you obviously are on the journey with God, then God is always guiding you and helping you if you just pay enough attention to your environments and your mind and what your mind is kind of telling you, because God can basically talk to you even through your own mind and show you visions and show you the way, and you just need to kind of like pay attention and slow down and make decisions not hastily, but actually think about it, depending of course on how important the decision is. If it's just like eating something, of course you can be guided by God to eat better and more healthy. I'm sure we all have that like intuitional ability as well to listen to ourselves and be able to like discern good decisions and bad decisions. Like, should I go here, should I eat this? Like we all have that, like we have these ideas come out into our intuition, and a lot of ideas do come from like the divine anyway. Like a lot of like imaginations or like things, creative ideas we have come from the above, not really always from us, in a sense. Like there is a little bit of discernment there, of course, but we do get a lot of intuitional like strikes and hits that are like, okay, this is good, this is bad, and everything good comes from God. So when you think about that, when God is guiding you, he's always guiding you to make the best decision possible. Of course we are humans and we make errors as well, we aren't perfect, but like there's always that guidance to take the good decision and everything and what's the right path. And sometimes you need to think about it for a longer period of time before you understand what God is trying to say to you, or where he's guiding you to go next, or where he's wanting you to take your maybe business next, or where he wants you to like go, if he wants you to talk to a certain person, if he wants you to do whatever. And you have to really discern these things and like figure it out kind of for yourself, but have some discernment when you're going about your day, so you're less likely to make mistakes if you don't act hastily and like do things without God. Because a lot of people can end up kind of like resisting God unintentionally just because they're kind of like thinking too much willfully and they're not listening to God really and really paying attention to God. So they kind of end up in a sense like going against God a little bit, because they're not doing what kind of God is trying to tell them that you should do this. They're not really listening completely, they're not even trying to listen. They're kind of just like thinking about it and they're like, should I do this, should I do that? Like they're not really like listening to what is kind of like happening and being told for them to kind of go where to go next. And this is kind of like how God guides people. It's not like always you get the direct words, go here. Sometimes it's very direct from God, like you should go here, you should do that. Like you'll get some kind of a message. It could be through any form of like I don't know, it could be media, it could be the environment, it could be anywhere. Like you never know how God like is trying to talk to you, because God is technically in everything, so, and everywhere. So you could get a message anywhere if you just connect enough dots, especially if it's for an important thing that you're wondering or seeking guidance from God on. Then you just need to pay attention to everything to figure it out for you. And that way you'll never feel like you're lost or like God is not really there. There might be silent seasons with God sometimes when God is like kind of looking at you and seeing what you do next, you know. Sometimes it's just trials and tribulations, but a lot of times God is guiding you there and he's never away from you. So you just need to pay more attention to what's happening and, you know, have the God and his angels guiding you at all times. And God never leaves your side, so you just need to pay more attention and really listen to God. I just wanted to say this in this video, is just like discerning your decisions and when you're on your journey with God, and discerning what you're doing all the time, and discerning people, events and things, because it's very important to kind of discern these things if you want to become your truest self and actually live the reality you want to live, and be able to make good decisions that are good for your health and your life in general. And yeah, thank you for watching. God bless. If you'd like to donate in the description, one-on-ones in the description as well. Amen. Thank you for watching.